What's up, guys? Game Fiend of all games here, and I'm back because it's time for once again for me to give you guys another drama script Saturday. And we went from a very good Raw last week to a we just gotta do this Raw because it's Monday and we got a 3-hour show to do Raw. That's basically the vibe I've got in off of this week's Monday's Night Raw. No sign of Brock Lesnar or Paul Heyman. I'm assuming it's to play off the fact that he's quote-unquote suspended, but I feel that there should have been at least something from Paul Heyman, because Brock got suspended, not Paul. So, no, Paul Heyman's nowhere in sight. Triple threat match that determined the number one contender for the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins. It was Randy Orton versus Ryback versus Roman Reigns. And they had Randy Orton win, which makes sense because Randy Orton did beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But here's the million-dollar question. What do you do with Roman Reigns now? He's beaten Randy Orton in last year's SummerSlam. He's the 2015 Royal Rumble winner. He lost due to the fact of Seth Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank. And he lost the triple threat match. What do you do with Roman? Where do you put him? Do you put him against Big Show again? You've already been there, done that. Do you throw him against Kane? Who knows? But what do you do with Roman Reigns? We have not a mid card, excuse me. We have a newborn main eventer that's in limbo now. He could possibly fall back into mid card hell, or he could just stay right underneath the main event storyline scene, because the second match at Extreme Rules is Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. About the whole Brock Lesnar thing, I'm assuming he's going to get his rematch clause at SummerSlam. It would only make sense for obviously for Brock Lesnar to wrestle at all 4 Grand Slam pay-per-views. For those of you who are new to the WWE, the Grand Slam pay-per-views are Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, in that order, for those of you who don't know that. So I'm assuming they're going to put this suspension thing off, I'm assuming, until SummerSlam. And it's interesting to see who is the next Money in the Bank briefcase holder, since there's only one title now. So second year in a row that there's only going to be one Money in the Bank ladder match. Like I said, second in a row, not of all time. Obviously before, when it was one title before, there was numerous, but second year in a row. To be honest, I would not be surprised if the Money in the Bank ladder match had this exact same people in it, minus Daniel Bryan if he's still the Intercontinental Champion. But then again, that wouldn't even matter. But it wouldn't surprise me if those same exact people that was in the WrestleMania match was in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That would not surprise me one bit. Because those are the people that was in that ladder match at WrestleMania. Those are the top mid-carders currently. So why not just take the top mid-carders and put them in the match that ascends a mid-carder to a main eventer? 9 times out of 10, because the only person that didn't work well with was Sandow. He cashed in and he lost. So besides Sandow, yes, John Cena cashed in. You got to remember, he did win that match, but it was by DQ, so he didn't win the title. So the only person to lose a cash-in is Sandow. John Cena cashed in. He won the match, but it was by disqualification. So Sandow is the only wrestler to have a Money in the Bank cash-in loss. It's Sandow. So on to figuring out what they're gonna do. They could give it back to Dolph Ziggler. Hopefully he doesn't get a concussion. They could give it to Wade Barrett, but I don't know what is with this company and an Englishman being champion. Apparently this company doesn't want it. They could give it to Daniel Bryan again. They could give it to Cody, Stardust, but I don't see them, because you know Vince and the Rhodes family is, I don't see that happening. But don't be surprised if the Money in the Bank ladder match has the exact same participants that was in the WrestleMania match. Don't be surprised. They could give it to Dean. That would be something. I would hope that's their pick. Give the Money in the Bank to Dean. 1 year ago, come short of losing it due to interference, and then the next year he gets it. Hopefully they give it to Ambrose. Hopefully they give it to Dean. On to the Divas. AJ Lee has hung up her Chuck Taylors. She's quote unquote retired. That she is finished with professional wrestling, and she's gonna come up with a book. So I'm interested in seeing when that comes out, maybe possibly reading it. On to John Cena defending his title every week. Since the first match announced for Extreme Rules was Rusev versus John Cena for the United States title, that's almost a dead giveaway that John Cena is gonna win all these matches. But 2 weeks ago, Dean was the first one to accept the challenge. That was the best, my opinion, that night. That was the best match on the card. This past Monday, it was Cody Rhodes, Stardust. I don't know who's gonna come out and accept the challenge this week, but it just seems that John Cena is gonna keep on winning all the way to go against Rusev against Extreme Rules. Other note I wanted to touch on, it just slipped my mind. It really just slipped my mind. But it was something about the mid card. But I'll just go into Neville making his debut 2 weeks ago, and then against Curtis Axel, which we are okay. Neville's gonna win, Curtis Axel. But then the second week they put him against Seth Rollins and they had him lose. Well, what else can you think? Seth Rollins is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Neville's 2 weeks in on the main roster. It was a good, at least it wasn't a squash match. It was actually a good match. But well, what do you expect? Of course, they're gonna have Neville lose. I could agree on both ends of the spectrum of accepting, Neville losing because Seth Rollins is champion. But then again, why put Neville against the champ his second week on the main roster? There's that argument as well. I guess they wanted to see the first NXT champion versus the third? No, Neville wasn't the third, but the second to last NXT champion, I'm assuming, because Bo Dallas had the longest title reign. And as you can see, look what they did to Bo Dallas. I have not seen Bo Dallas on the main roster ever since he hurt his shoulder. I don't know. It's WWE, what they do with their mid-carders is 50-50. Either they're going to make it, or they're going to stay in mid-card hell forever, or their gimmick gets changed and they still stay in mid-card hell forever. That's just the way it is when it comes to WWE. I don't know what it is. It's just getting out of mid-card hell is hard, because it is what it is. It really is hell. But that's probably going to wrap it up for this week's Drama Script Saturday. Remember, there's a Drama Script Saturday every Saturday. If you like what you have witnessed, please subscribe to this channel. Leave your thoughts in the comment sections below. If you feel free to ask me a question, all my contact information is in my description box. And until next week, guys, later and peace.